The Shadow Syndicate's reputation spanned 3 galaxies. 7 assassins, each the apex predator of their species. They toppled governments, eliminated military commanders in fortress worlds, and never failed a contract. When the Galactic Empire hired them to kill Earth's ambassador before the peace summit, they considered it routine. Krell, their leader, reviewed the target. Ambassador Sarachin. Human female. Standard security detail. She arrives at Station Prime in 30 hours. Overkill, hissed Vex, adjusting her poison blades. 1 human diplomat? Why send all 7? The Empire pays for certainty, Krell replied. We strike during the reception. Multiple angles, no escape. None of them noticed the shadow that didn't match the ventilation grate. Kenji Nakamura hung inverted in the maintenance shaft, slowing his heartbeat to 8 beats per minute. The Shadow Syndicate's planning room was supposed to be undetectable, protected by scramblers and void shields. But they'd made the same mistake everyone did. They protected against technology, not tradition. His grandfather would have smiled. The way of the shinobi is the way of enduring, surviving, and prevailing over all that would destroy one. Earth intelligence had intercepted the contract. Standard protocol would send Marines, overwhelming force. Instead, they sent 1 man trained in arts the galaxy had forgotten existed. The assassins dispersed to prepare. Kenji followed, a whisper of silk in the darkness. Vex reached her quarters first. She prided herself on her toxic arsenal, poisons that could kill through armor, gases that dissolved nervous systems. She never heard the door open, never felt the precise nerve strike that paralyzed her vocal cords. By the time she realized someone was there, the shadow had already substituted her poisons with harmless compounds that would fizz impressively but hurt no one. She woke hours later, bound and gagged. A note in ancient Japanese. Sleep brings peace. Torque, the demolitions expert, found his explosives replaced with training charges. He discovered this when he tried to arm them, finding only origami cranes where his detonators should be. Zephyr, the sniper, reached his position early. He was professional, checking every angle, every escape route. He didn't check the rifle's barrel until he looked through the scope. The view was blocked. Inside, a single cherry blossom. 1 by 1, over 12 hours, Kenji neutralized the galaxy's deadliest killers without killing anyone. Each woke to find themselves restrained, their weapons sabotaged, their communication devices replaced with haiku about the impermanence of violence. Krell arrived at the reception hall for the final coordination. His team didn't respond. Impossible. He activated emergency protocols, scanners sweeping for threats. Looking for your team? Krell spun. A human in black stood where empty space had been a heartbeat before. No weapons visible, hands empty, yet somehow the most dangerous thing in the room. They're enjoying an involuntary meditation retreat, Kenji continued. Returning to their employers would be unwise. The Empire doesn't tolerate failure. Krell's hand moved to his plasma blade. It wasn't there. He looked down to find a wooden practice sword in its place. How? You protect against energy weapons, scanners, modern warfare. Kenji stepped closer and somehow the shadows followed him. My clan has been perfecting invisibility for 1,000 years. No technology. Just breath, movement, and patience. The ambassador arrives in 6 hours. She'll give her speech. The peace accords will be signed, and the Shadow Syndicate will retire. I've ensured your accounts are quite comfortable. Consider it severance. Krell's fur eyes blinked in sequence. You could have killed us all. Death is easy. Any fool with a gun can kill. Kenji moved to the window overlooking the docking bay. But to defeat without destroying, to protect without violence when possible, that is ninjutsu. Your employers will think you betrayed them. Your enemies will think you've gone soft. You'll have to disappear, find new lives. Why spare US? Kenji smiled. Because the galaxy thinks humans only know how to fight. Sometimes the greatest victory is showing we know when not to. He stepped backward into shadow and was gone. Krell stood alone, holding a wooden sword, contemplating retirement. The peace summit proceeded without incident. The Shadow Syndicate vanished into legend. And somewhere in secure channels a message spread, Earth had warriors who could win wars without firing a shot. The age of the ninja had returned to the stars.